So we have just finished our recapitulation. Now I would request you to send me your queries, whatever you have. Let us wait for students are still joining. So let us wait for 2 more minutes so that everybody can join. Okay, now most of the students have joined. Let us start with this session. Now, please let me know what are your doubts in 3 chapters. What all chapters I have named is like we have got these 3 chapters which we have done in our previous week. So uh, okay, I've started. Some of the students have started sending me their concerns. So the first question that I'm taking is Abhinandan Swaraj. Sir, when Bishambar Nath asked for 5,000, he called it gamble, whereas it was sure that Ramlal would pay him. Why? Okay, why is it called gamble? Now, if you are in a situation when you are at advantage, right? So if you put your demand in front of somebody, whether that demand is illogical, that demand is illogical, then also you never know the person is going to accept that demand or that person is going to deny for that demand. Now, if that person accepts, that is all good. But if that person denies, I guess that probability is also there. If that person finds that demand is illogical, that person can obviously deny that demand, right? So in that case, when probability is there, the person can accept and person cannot accept. In both the concerns, that is called as gamble. When we have two options, that other person may accept that thing or may not accept that thing, in that concern it is called as gamble. So he played a gamble that okay, 5,000 may be possible if they all argue with him, Bishambar Nath, and they talk about paying only 2,000 rupees. Maybe possible Bishambar would have agreed to this, and in that case gamble would not have won. That is the thing. So here it is called gamble because he was not sure whether Ramlal and his wife would agree to pay him 5,000 rupees or not. It was just a gamble. He just spoke 5,000. So it was not really demanded. That 5,000 does not make a clear sense. Why is like why particularly he asked only for 5,000? He may have asked for 10,000 also. So why only 5,000? It was a gamble. So he simply spoke in front of them. I want 5,000 rupees. Otherwise, I'm not going to marry this girl. So that's why Ramlal Vishwambarnath has played this gamble and won this gamble. Ramlal would pay him, that was sure, because in those days, honor, so-called honor, right? It is very, very like it is always taken as priority by all the people. Now, in that concern, Ramlal would pay for his honor, but never know if somebody else would say, okay, I don't want to like pay this. If you will not marry my daughter, somebody else would pay. Rebels are always there. So it was not sure how Ramlal is going to react to that. That's why it is called a gamble. Okay, moving up to Sarabjit Kaur. Sir, what can be question frame? Can be question frame from this line, deep satisfaction that an artist feel when contemplating the completion of her masterpiece. Ikrit Kaur. My dear Ikrit, this particular question is actually when that teacher, it is said from the teacher's perspective. Now teacher is saying, like teacher is so happy to see that her teaching, her regular teaching to this girl Bholi has actually paid off when she took a brave step to speak in front of the public. So it seems that her masterpiece, what was the masterpiece? Converting a very shy, underconfident girl into a confident girl who can face this world. So that's why it was something like that particular thing was fulfilled, and that masterpiece was complete. That is the reason. Okay, Abhinandan Swaraj has said, okay, he understood. Okay, thank you, Abhinandan. Now coming up to next, Rusal. Give a brief account of early life of Siddhartha Gautama as detailed in the lesson, the sermon at Banaras. My dear Rusal, you just have to read this. First 2-3 paragraphs are only based on Gautam Buddha's life. If you remember, I told you some of the facts of Siddhartha Gautama which were not mentioned in the book. That some of the astrologers said this thing, that he would be very, very sympathetic person. Even in empathetic person, he would be he would feel pain with pain of other people. So he would be a very, very humane person, right? So his activities would be humane. He would not act as a royal person. So that was the reason why like he was always kept in his palace. He was never allowed to go out, and like especially for hunting and meeting other people, he was provided with all the lavish things inside the palace. So many luxury things were provided to him, and he got married also at early age, so that he can have that bonding of family, bonding with his children, and he would not go for any sort of any such kind of thing which we call as to become a saint, right? He would not go to become a saint. So this was already told. So you can take these words also, and you can just read it out once again. When he met some 4 type of people. Number 1 was when somebody was ill, then somebody died, then somebody was old, and finally there were some problems, other problems also in the society. So when he saw all these things, so these all things were like he was actually upset with all those things. So these were some of the things of his early life. So you can write about that also. Okay, who can obtain the peace of mind when somebody do not think of himself? When somebody do not think of himself and only work for the welfare of other people, those people get salvation. Those people get peace of mind. What do we mean by peace of mind? Peace of mind, if I speak in the very general way, my dear, there are 2 people. Now this is A, this is B. Now they both are friends. They both are friends. In case they have certain demands to fulfill. They can never be peaceful. Sometimes A would have certain demands from B, sometimes B would have certain demands from A. This demand and supply world is always the source of unhappiness among people. Got it? So when somebody just talk about Almighty, only thinks about Almighty, never think about himself, and only think of doing welfare for the people, that person gets peace of mind. So that was my answer. Ruzal, I hope this is clear. Ruzal has got another question. Why doesn't death being grieved to the wise? Because death is, you cannot deny that. It is inevitable. So everything can be, like there are possibility that a person is good, that person is bad. That person would be rich in the future, that person will not be rich in the future. There are always two probabilities. But death is one such thing of life which has no possibility. It is going to happen. Now, what is the age? That is depending upon your faith, right? Some of the people may die early. Some of the people may live their life up to 70 years. Some of the people even live for 100 and more than 100 years also. So that is inevitable, and wise people do not grieve for death, because that is something which we all have to face one day. So that's why. Okay, now coming up to somebody else. And once your doubts are clear, please send me a thumbs up so that I can understand that your doubts are clear. Ikrit has got another question. Why was Ramlal thunderstruck, Ikrit? He was thunderstruck at the end when Gholi started speaking against the injustice. Gholi started speaking against Bishambarnath. He was thunderstruck that how a girl who was not even able to speak a single word properly is speaking so boldly. So that was the thing why he was thunderstruck. He has not assumed or expected Gholi to speak a single word, right? So that was the reason. Okay, and now next is Samardeep has got another question. Sir, if you could please check your WhatsApp. I send you my doubt in personal WhatsApp wall. Okay, just give me a second. Let me check if there is any WhatsApp message also. Okay, sir, you told yesterday that all things in formal format of letters should be on the left hand side. The page, but your lecture, when you taught letter format, you wrote your sincerely the name on the right side. No, my dear, you just check it once again. I can show you that picture once again. I was just giving you my comments on the right hand side, but all the content was on the left hand side. Okay, now coming up to Gurpreet Singh. Name the last two wives of Bishambarnath. Okay, why is this question required? Gurpreet, have you read the chapter? If it is so, was it mentioned anywhere who were the last two wives of Bishambarnath? It was not mentioned anywhere. He was married, it was written that, and he had young children from that wife. He had children from that wife, and they were quite grown up. There was this thing was not mentioned here. So please read your chapter once again. Okay, Gurchet. After knowing that Lomov has come for marriage proposal, why was Natalia started reacting very unconsciously? Okay, now see, I told you that marriages in Russia are actually the business ties. So these business ties are generally like when rich person gets married to a rich person, right? So these things are generally like seen in Russia. Don't compare it with India. We are not talking about India. There are like many people who would always try to find people from their own financial status, right? This is also there in India, but it is probably the number of people is more in Russia. So now uh, there was like a hot conversation between Lobov and Natalia on the, or like what was the topic of that? That was the auction news. So now these all things went off very like smoothly if they would not have this particular property as a disputed property, right? So, and when Natalia, when he went off, and Natalia's father said that he has actually come with the marriage proposal. Natalia also knew that he is he was a rich man, landlord. So if he wants to get married, it would be very good for her to go into the next door. It would be very easy to come back to her father also whenever she wants. She will not get married far off the place. They would marry nearby. She was also excited. She was also excited. She has not expected that he means Lomov can come with a marriage proposal. So that's why she was a little bit unconscious in that concern. Okay, Simran Sani, sir, can inequality be the theme of chapter Bhuli, as she was discriminated because of her looks and because of her dominature? Okay, no, that only cannot be the theme, because ultimately at the end Bhuli has overcome that problem. And what happened after that? That was only the first phase of your story, right? That she was discriminated. So if you take the theme of the story Bholi, you can say that how like teaching and special care can change somebody's life. Like that teacher has actually changed Bholi's life, right? So this could be the correct answer here. Ruzel has got another question. At first agree to an unequal match. Why did she later reject the marriage? What does this tell us about her? Now, in this concern, I would only ask you to read the last paragraph of it. When this marriage was on page number 60. Uh, okay, she answered this thing herself in this one. Let us read this last few lines, you will get to know about. This is on page number 61. Ramlal was thunderstruck. The guest began to whisper, so shameless, so ugly, and so shameless. Bholi, are you crazy? Shouted Ramlal. You want to disgrace your family? Have you regard for our izzat? Now, here is the reply what Bholi has given, and this is the answer of your question. For the sake of your izzat, said Bholi, I was willing to marry this lame old man. But I will not have such a mean, greedy, and contemptible coward as my husband. I won't, I won't, I won't. So, just for the sake of family's respect, honor, she agreed to get married to that lame man, but she disagreed later on because he was greedy also. That was the reason that today he has demanded for 5,000 rupees. Maybe in near future he may ask for more money. That would be the matter of embarrassment for the family once again, right? So that was the reason that she has actually rejected that person on the spot. Okay, next was the question. What does this tell us about her? That she has become so confident that she can lead her life without such kind of mean people. She don't even care of society. She never thought about society first. She thinks about her father first. Though she was always discriminated, but she thought about her father. So that was another thing which we can write in this. Okay, next is Vanshika is there. Sir, can the theme of Bholi chapter, we don't judge a book by its cover? No, not like this, because there was nothing which was hidden in that. It was pretty clear in the beginning that due to some head injury, she was not normal. So her growth was a little slow. So that was the reason. So it is not like don't judge the book by its cover. To some extent, we can take this part also. But I just told you about the theme that you can definitely go with. So this thing would be there, can be there, but indirectly, not directly. Okay, now coming up to Ruzel. Once again, why is Bholi's father worried about her? Now imagine yourself, my dear students. Now there, for example, I am there. So I have a daughter. Now I know that like I have to marry my daughter to some other person. For example, I am aware that my daughter is not going to, like, she cannot get married to any of the person for any reason, whether she refuses, whether some other reasons are there. So how would I feel? I would always be worried about my daughter. Why is it so only with my daughter? Why can't she get married? So it is obvious the father is going to like feel that anxiety in his mind that my daughter is not able to live her normal life. So that is the thing which was going with Ramlal also. That's all. Okay. Next is Manpreet Saini. Who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complain and peace. Sir, explain this statement. Uh, First of all, I just gave this answer in my like the previous some of the statements. What is the meaning of all these things? When you have um, like first of all, you need to remove selfishness from your life. So draw out the arrow is something taking out from your life. So means drawing out the arrow. This is called drawing out the arrow. Then putting it on the bow and pulling the string and then shooting it. So these are some of the way. Drawing out the arrow means taking off your arrow of lamentation. What do we mean by lamentation? Complaints and peace. So these all things are referring to the human tendencies, human like psychology, you can say. How do people generally feel about all these things? 99.99%, even more than those people, you can say, are family people. So we all have certain dreams in our life. You would have the same sort of dreams. I would pass out grade 12 with these many numbers, and then I would go with go to college for this particular course. Then I would join this particular organization, or I would pursue this particular type of profession, this and that. So many plans you would have. You would get married to a person, you would do this here, there. So many things are there. When you leave all this selfishness, why it is called as selfishness? Because in every, like, on the round and round, everywhere you would find your own benefits in that. There is no benefit of anybody else when you pass your grade 12 with 95% of marks. There is no benefit of no benefit to any of the person when you get admission in any of the good college. There is no benefit to any of the person who like when you get a very good job, when your all desires are fulfilled. What is the benefit to other people? It is only for the self satisfaction. When you leave out all these things, then the real meaning of peace would come into your life. Then the real meaning of salvation would come into your life. When you leave all these things, you would start thinking of the other people. Next, Kamakshi is there. Sir, if Bholi's father had no other choice and he agreed for Bholi's and Vishambar's marriage, why didn't he stop Bholi from stopping her marriage? What do you think could be the other move of Ramlal at that point of time? He could only speak. What do you think? He should pull Bholi and throw her inside the room? No, this is not possible. Now, when everybody is there, every statement which one should give should be with a complete thought process. There should be like very, very rational thinking also, rational act, like whatever you do, all your action should be rational. So that is the reason why he cannot he cannot do any other thing other than speaking. So he spoke whatever he could, and on one hand, from like inside, he was aware that Bholi is speaking the truth. So somewhere, somehow, he was also aware that today, if I pay him 5,000, tomorrow he can demand for more money also. So that was the reason. Somewhere in his in the core of his heart, he was like aware that Bholi is like correct at some point of time, right? That was the reason. Okay, next. Once again, Ikrit has got doubt. Chubukov says of Natalia, as if she won't consent. She's in love. Taste. She likes a love stick cat. Sir, explain this. I'm not getting it. Now, first of all, I have to see in which context this particular line has been said. So I can only reply you back when I have clearly read this line in the chapter. Either tell me where this line is there, on which page number it is there, and then I will explain it to you. Okay, next is Simran is there. Sir, if the question will be written about the first meeting of Lomov and Natalia, then what should be the correct way to write this answer, and what elements should be added? Please explain. Okay, now when did they meet for the first time? It is not mentioned in the chapter. It is only when he came with the proposal at that time, because they were never, definitely they would have like met each other earlier also. But if we are talking only about the time when he came with the proposal, first he met Natalia's father, then he went inside and sent Natalia out without informing her that Lomov has come with a marriage proposal. Father just wanted her to have little surprise. That was the only thing. Okay. Now this was the thing, and this was the main thing, and that was the reason why she came normally and started arguing with him when this matter of oxen meadows came in between. So she started off with the debate because it was her nature. She was little childish, so it was her nature not to agree to anything which she does not like. So she believed that Oxen Meadows was a disputed property and it belongs to her family. So that was the reason she started all the way with that argument. But how did that end? When father actually disclosed this reality that Lomov has actually come with like a marriage proposal, then she changed her mind. Oh, he has come with a marriage proposal. Oh, such a good proposal it will be. It will be. Why? Because he is also like financially sound. So that was the reason why she changed her mind. So this was her first, like you can say, meeting with Lomo. I hope this is all clear to you. Okay, next. Okay, what sterling qualities of Buddha made him different from common man? Okay, what were the qualities of Buddha? He was sympathetic, he was empathetic, he was selfless, right? He was selfless. So these were the qualities, and he always preached for peace. He wanted to marry, he wanted to marry Holi, so he agreed. What is this? I can't understand. Next is, okay, next, any other doubts? So I'm just looking for if any other doubt is there from my side. I have completed all the doubts right here. The time is 10:52. I guess the time is already over. So let us wait for 2 more minutes. If somebody has any doubt, please ask me right now. In between next 2-3 minutes, I will definitely answer your queries. And if there is no doubt, then we can just end up with this class, right? So let me know if there is any doubt. All clear, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to have your feedback and your attendance on my WhatsApp number. So now you have to send me your feedback of the class and your attendance. So your feedback, in other words, would be your attendance. So I would only get to know that you have attended my class if you give me feedback for this class. Whatever you were able to understand, what you actually want to add on to this lesson, I will take all your queries and all your feedbacks. Thank you very much from my side. If there is anything else you would like to share, you are most welcome. So chat box is open for you. So there is a question from Ruzal once again. What has Chudukov been hoping for a long time? Good relationship between Lomo and Natalia. So he was aware that married life is always about dog and cat fight, right? So that fight would always be there, but he hoped that even after that fight, they both will stay together and there would be no problem in their life henceforth. So that is the thing from my side. So anything else? All clear, sir? Fine. So any other message if I have skipped out? Okay. I guess all the questions are answered from my side. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Stay fit, stay healthy, and keep working on your skills. If there is any doubt left behind, please send me a WhatsApp text message. I will definitely reply you back on WhatsApp only. Thank you very much. God bless you all.